Cause how you walking with a lion got me feeling like Micah. I've been on the way to team on my back like a biker. Shorty want me with a star, but you lucky if I invite you. We can take it to the next spot. They yelling like Prescott. Everybody like, there ain't no breaks, no rest stop. We tryna get your head chopped. The whole club yelling. Everybody.
Here we go. Here we go. Victor Formation Podcast. It's your boy Prescott. And that's your boy Eddie. Holla at him, Eddie. Tell him how you feel.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the podcast.
How your eyes doing? Did you stare directly into the eclipse?
I tried, but there was a little clouds. There were some clouds here in AZ, but no, it was fairly uneventful.
We lucked out here. It
Yeah.
started cloudy, but when it happened, it was like God wanted us to see it. Because I swear, it was cloudy when we got out there. It was blocking it, because when they had a specific time from 1:40 to 1:44 was when it's going to be the full eclipse. I don't know how they figured this out weeks in advance, but anyway, they already knew this. So I went out at 1:30 and it was cloudy, and I was like, oh man, it's going to mess it up for everybody. I was at work, but I took some glasses. So everybody's out there looking, and I kid you not, like 2 minutes before the time, the clouds just moved out of the way, and we got to see the full,
That's pretty cool.
the full thing. And then, like after the 1:40 to 1:44 time frame, the clouds came back and they covered. I'm like, man, it's like
butt cheeks. Boom.
Yeah, man.
Were you the only one with like glasses? Everybody was trying to.
Oh no, everybody was out there with glasses. Yeah, it was about man. I work at a big plant, so it's like thousands of people work where I work. It was hundreds of people outside.
Oh yeah. Last time that we had this, I was like the only one with those glasses. Remember, we had to order them, and everyone was trying to give me as many diseases as they could with their eyes. But yeah, no, that's cool.
Crazy.
Yeah, nothing happened. The rapture didn't happen.
Yeah,
We're all still
nobody
here.
Died. The witches didn't win. The warlocks didn't come through.
I laughed. I saw a tweet where this guy said that he was going to get a bunch of blow up dolls and fill them up with helium and then release them so that everybody thought it was the rapture.
That would have been crazy. That would have been crazy.
Well, what's up with any Cowboy news this week?
Man, nothing. Just the scare they're trying to put into our hearts that CeeDee Lamb might hold out.
Give me a fucking break.
But I'm glad he went on record like, "Hey, I'll be in Dallas." So he said that.
It's getting to the point where it's almost like back in high school when people were talking shit about you, and you're like, "I swear to God, I didn't hook up with her. I swear." You have to like everybody's lying on you about everything, and it's like, wait a minute, I didn't even meet with that guy. How did this guy know that I'm gonna?
Please believe me. Yeah, I know. Like I didn't. Yeah, but that's how it is. But I really don't like me personally. I think he might skip OTAs, but I think he'll definitely be there for training camp. Like anything voluntary, anything voluntary, I wouldn't be upset if he missed.
It'd
just
be different if
that one guy.
I think it's different when you're putting like a new scheme in, and you like there's a lot of new things coming in.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then
you have new OC or new head coach or whatever. It would be detrimental, but it's the same system for 2 years. And it was
the guys that are in the know that CD and Dak are still going to hit. Dak has his own little spot that he brings there, and he invites everybody in on the off season.
Oh yeah,
And CD already said he's going to be there. So I mean,
that's how Tolbert got better this year. Like if I was Tolbert, I'd be spending the night at Dak's house. Like, hey man, I'll babysit. Then in the morning we can get up and go catch some passes. I'll be there every day.
Making him eggs in the morning. You're like, hey man,
Brooks,
what are you doing here still? Come on.
Oh man. But he'll be all right. As long as he just misses OTAs, we're good. Like that one guy, Mickey Spagnuolo, always talks about, that gave that classic quote when they were talking about voluntary workouts. And the guy was like, what do voluntary mean? Because they was asking him why he's not there. He's like, because it's voluntary. Like, you don't have to be there. Like, anyway.
It back in the day, voluntary actually meant the other way, right? It wasn't voluntary that you had a chance to do this. But now with so much specialized, I mean, everybody has this, a personal trainer that they're working with all year round.
They're in great shape all the time.
Oh, hell yeah. Back in the day, people were like going back to their insurance jobs and drinking beer in the off season.
Driving cabs and whatever. But I didn't see any NFL news either, so it's a real slow week. So it's all draft all the time.
Yeah,
so let's just dive straight in. What are we thinking? What are we thinking?
We're
gonna
do
all 7 rounds. We're gonna do all 7 rounds today. We only did 3 last week.
We're gonna finish it up
just to wet your beak.
So last week we pulled up PFN and the mock draft, and we did our little thing. I had a change of heart, and Prescott. I mean, he showed me the way, and I knew we were supposed to draft Braylon Allen in the third. I didn't draft him last time because I was excited about this new guy that I learned about that I think is a freak of nature, Isaac Aranda.
Forget that guy. Forget that guy.
So I'm
Let's go that route.
I had to
have a come to Jesus meeting with Eddie. I kidnapped his firstborn, and finally he gave in.
So I started the draft, and we got some. Right now we started our picks with JPJ. We got Peyton Wilson, freak of nature, linebacker, injury history, but he's all right. Braylon Allen.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw pics of him working out with what's his name? The running back from the Titans that we wanted. What's his name?
Derrick Henry. Yeah, he's a Derrick Henry clone.
Did you see them working out together
Derrick
this
Henry
week?
Clone. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, they were. So we grabbed him. Now our next pick is 174. So what I tried to do was I tried to look at the visits that we had, some of the meetings that we had, and a guy that kept coming up over and over and over again was Brennan Jackson, which is he's an edge rusher from Washington State. I started taking a peek at him a couple weeks ago, and the kid is outstanding. So let me just show you one little a little peek at him here. He's right here. He's coming off the edge. He's an edge rusher. A lot of the things, his RAS is 8.42, 6'3", 264. So check him coming off.
Too low, man. I need a 9.5 RAS
so
guy.
Watch this kid, and the reason watch him. Watch this. Coming off the edge. Strip.
And he got that was a trifecta.
He's
strip, sack, fumble,
he's
touchdown.
Ridiculous. He's coming off the edge here. He plays the run well. He's thick too. So I'm really excited about this guy. So I'm going to go ahead and pick him for. And let's see. Let me find him real quick.
Where is he at? How low is he?
He's not that low. He's in the 190s. There he is.
What?
Right,
we're at 174.
Yeah, but you gotta understand. Okay,
Where's the value?
If we come back up here, right? We don't need a tight end. We don't know who this guy is. Some of these DTs, I could pick Isaac, but you didn't like him. Gabe Hall is somebody that he has a lot of size, but he's this guy that Baylor moved around a lot. They put him in the middle. They put him at the end. So I really like the guy that's been at the same position for a long time. And the reason why I picked him was I'm following the way that our coaches and our scouts went. Right? They brought him in for
Yeah.
So let's go.
I would just be in those guys that will see somebody who all the big mocks had him ranked in the third round, but it's the fourth round. It's like, man, he's supposed to be gone the third, and we can get him in the fourth. We have to get that guy.
No, you're right.
I don't like that line of thinking because that would have stopped us from getting Fred Beard.
Yeah,
if we had gone there. So it's like I don't like that line of thinking.
That pick. Man,
I always say if you like your guy, go get your guy.
There you go.
Unless it's ridiculous, like it's the second round and this person is consistently being mocked in the seventh round or undrafted free agent, and you're picking him in the second round. Unless it's way out there like that, then I can see that. But if
100%
it's the fourth round and this guy might have won the third round, that's close enough. You can get that guy.
And I want to make sure that I with my mentality with this is. I'm always thinking, best person available there, best player at BPA. But I'm also looking at what we need, what I've drafted since, and what do I think I'm going to grab for free afterwards. Because my UDFA is amazing, right? So I got Brandon.
And that's another thing that bothers me about how we didn't do much in free agency. Because a lot of times you can get quality depth in free agency that makes you able to draft BPA, but if you don't, then you have to draft what you need. Like, well, we need a linebacker, so we got to get one. We need a running back, so we got to get one.
My thing is like the first couple weeks of free agency is like going to Nordstrom.
Yeah.
When your mom said you can get a pair of pants in Nordstrom for school, or we can wait a couple weeks and I can get you 4 pairs of pants.
Exactly. Yeah, 1 pair of pants. That's it.
So I mean that's the analogy that I use on that. So next pick, I think I really like this guy. I don't know if anybody's really found him yet or not, but looking at what we need, one of the positions that's really in need is safety, right? And so I started thinking, I
Yeah, I
started
would say
looking
that.
back, and well,
Wait, before you get into it, what safeties we have? I know we got Hooker,
we got
we got
Hooker,
Dono,
we got Dono, and we got a linebacker safety. But we also have
Bell.
what's his name that played a
Bell,
little
right?
bit. Yeah, Bell. But who was that other kid that we brought up that played a couple times and then he blocked the field goal against the Giants in the first game?
I know you're talking about. Dang.
Well, think about it.
Noah's the one who returned it. He didn't block it.
Yeah.
He returned it.
No, he didn't block. It was the number 30.
It'll come to me. Keep
Okay,
talking.
so the safety is I think I mean we got to replace Curse. His athleticism 2 years ago was the reason why I think our defense was able to turn around a little bit and allow our linebackers to kind of free flow. Curse was amazing. So if we can bring another safety that has some size, athleticism, can really bring the hat, I think is and a value in the 200s. Shit, check this kid out. His name is
Thomas. We have Thomas.
Wanye. Well, I don't know why I thought about Wanye. Come on, Mister.
Yeah, I know, man. Boys to men, and we have a Mukwamu.
I don't even know if he makes it anymore this year. I mean, Mukwamu. I don't know. What is this? His fourth year?
Wanye was a stud in the preseason.
So check this kid out. Next guy that I found for safety is Dominique Hampton, and I was going back and forth between Dominique and Damani Richardson. Texas A&M kid. I think we brought him in on a Texas Day visit. But Dominique Hampton, this kid is a freak. Watch this kid. He is.
Let's see what we got. Like a freak in what? Is he in the box or a free safety?
Not a freak in the sheets. This kid is. I think he's a box safety. But check this out. He's a 6'3", 220, RAS 9.46.
That's what I'm talking about.
Tell me this guy doesn't look like an NFL safety right off the bat.
I'm not gay, but I'm intrigued. Look at him. He's a specimen.
Look at this hit. Boom. Okay, so let's see this. So for the value in 200 with a kid that I mean I haven't really gone back and taken a look at all of everything. I just quickly looked at it. I'd grab him right here in a heartbeat.
Let's do it.
So I
believe you.
Look at
I believe
defense
in you
right now.
I believe in
our
you.
defense is ridiculous. It's getting to be pretty.
Man.
So now we're
Zimmer's nipples are so hard right now. You just made his day.
He's got his special glasses on. So our next two picks are really
2 offense and 3 defense so far. So that's a pretty good balance. I like it.
Our last 2 picks are really just reach picks. I mean, if we didn't trade back and add more picks, then right here we got to try and find as much value as we possibly can. And because we went with the center up top, I think that we should draft a lineman in this area. And the one that I was able to find that I love this kid. I saw him at the combine run his 40, and I said, "Oh my God, that guy needs a star on his helmet." His name is Frank Crum. He's an offensive tackle from Wyoming, 6'8", 313, 9.86 RAS. I know you like them RAS scores.
That's it.
I know you like those RAS scores, but
I like it.
Let me pull this kid up. He's here.
Man, 6'8". That's crazy. That's like Mekhi Becton size. That's insane.
I know. Right, where'd he go? Come on, don't tell me he's gone. I know he's not gone.
What's his name?
His name is Frank Crum.
Oh, somebody stole him from us.
Somebody steal him. Damn.
That's what you get. That's what you get.
So,
that's why you got to get your players.
But
that's why you can't wait and be like,
let me just show you this.
Let
me show you what this guy looks. Just a highlight of this kid because I know that he'll be there. But just one play epitomized the way that this guy's his demeanor. He played right tackle, but watch this play. So this
and that's embarrassing. Like, how do you go and watch film the next day and got to talk to your boys on the defensive line? Like, yeah, he got me.
exactly. So, let's pick somebody here. Just we don't want to time. Well, we don't want a safety. I'll grab Musau.
Pick another offensive lineman you got.
No.
You like, because we need offense.
I'm gonna pick Musau because we know our scouts love Musau. They saw him. They brought him in a couple times.
Wasn't he one of our visits?
Yeah, he was a visit and a meeting, and he just has some pop. He plays his RAS is really low though. It's like 5.3 or something like that.
Plus, with these last two picks, I think it's one of those where Bones is going to have a big say because these are going to be special teams guys.
Yeah.
So he's going to have a say to what he likes. So.
And the last guy that I picked, I think is going to fall right into that because I was thinking this kid we keep bringing for visits. We had a scout at Marshall to watch him last year. He's a quick little back, 5'11", 206. His name is Rashawn Ali. I don't know if you've seen any clips of him lately. Kid is small in stature.
Where's he out of?
5'11", 206. He's out of Marshall.
All right.
So I found a couple clips of him, just that were being. I've seen him on TikTok and on Bleacher Report a lot, but he's that small in stature kid, but he doesn't go down ever.
So is he like a Maurice Jones-Drew type?
No, he's not thick like that. He's not thick like that.
Oh, okay.
He's smaller, but
more shifty.
Watch.
Man, breaking tackles. I like that.
He's cool.
Against North Texas. That's where my wife went to school.
He's just
pretty good.
He's got the speed to get the edge. So for our last pick at 244, I mean that's a steal right there. We know he's going to be playing some special teams. We know he's going to have a little package. This might be the end of the Deuce. I don't know if we keep him. Do you think?
Yeah. I don't know. Because if we didn't have Turpin, I would say yes. But we have Turpin that made the Pro Bowl as a returner. So it's like, unless something drastic happens, like our wide receiver room is decimated and Turpin can't return kicks, so we need him. That's the only way I see it. But other than that,
I think we could put him.
He's going to be on the practice squad.
We could put him on the practice squad. We could put him on the shelf like a pie in the window cooling. No one's going to touch him. No one's going to come steal him.
No one's going to touch him.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So why keep having him take up a roster spot? I don't know. But this with your draft that you did earlier and adding these guys on, I think is going to be it's going to give us what we needed to be able to fill holes with UDFAs and any other free agents that we are actually bring in. Hopefully we sign Gilly. Hopefully we sign guys like that will help, because then we don't really have to worry about drafting.
And then if we do get Dobbins, then we won't need that running back at the end. We can still get Braylon Allen, but we won't need that guy in the 7th round. Yep. But out of those top 3 picks, I really like those picks. The only 2 pauses I have is Peyton Wilson. It's like we're doing the whole at least he's not injured now. He just has an injury history. The other guys we picked them and they were injured when we drafted them.
Well, it's not like it's not like Jonathan Brooks where he's coming off of an injury.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. And so that's like, or remember, it was the guy with the dreadlocks who he liked from Notre Dame.
You talking about Jalen?
Who sat out the whole year.
You talking about Jalen?
Yeah, Jalen. Then we had, and then even Tank had like a little bit coming in.
LVE had neck injuries in college and high school.
But so it's like, but this guy's like healthy now. He just has an injury history. But they said, when I was reading up on him, when they said none of his injury stopped him from being a sideline to sideline. He was still sideline to sideline after every injury. He was still top notch after every injury. If he didn't have an injury history, he would be like surefire first.
You know what I like about linebackers? A linebacker that I want is somebody that you go watch a game and you have no idea of any of the players, and you just keep seeing the same number making plays all over the place.
Yeah,
and that's Peyton Wilson.
Doing something.
Peyton Wilson was one of those guys that, he played at every position he possibly could. He did everything that he wanted. His coach asked of him. and he's all over the field. So why wouldn't I want to bring that on and maybe bring that into the locker room too, right? You're bringing in some, but this guy JPJ, he is a absolute badass. Like,
man, I like his attitude. Like, man, we need that on the line.
Did you see on the combine when he threw the coach on the ground? You know the coaches come up and they'll be like
that nastiness.
They give that player a jab or something, and he just grabbed him and threw him. Like he picked up a real human being and threw him. It was crazy.
But I don't know if people remember, but we used to have this guard named Ron Leary.
Ooh.
And so
Ronnie,
when we had him, he was technically the weakest link on the line, but he was the nastiest person on the
Tar
line.
Heel, baby. Tar Heel.
That was when DeMarco Murray was setting records. That's when we had him, and
that line was tough.
He was supposed to be the weakest link when he first got in there because he was an undrafted free agent, I believe, and he had like some kind of knee issue, and he fell. Like the skill was there, but people were scared off with his knee, so that's why he ended up going real low. And so we got him, but that dude was pure filth. He was man. You could tell like he was trying to kill people out there and people just hated when he blocked them. It's like I like those type of guys. Like as much as I love Tyron Smith, he was just so much better because he was technically sound. He was a freak of nature, but he didn't have that mean streak, that nasty streak. And I'm like, if Tyron Smith had a nasty streak, he would be the best left tackle in the history of football ever.
The reason why he didn't have that nasty streak is because God won't put that nasty streak in people that are giants. You know what I mean?
Man, that because he could be in jail right now.
You can't. I mean, that's like the Michael Clark Duncan, right? That guy looked like an absolute monster, but he was the sweetest individual in the world. So I mean, God balances it out.
You can't have it all.
So
but I'm like, but I like that in my offensive lineman. And I like that. It's got that dog in it.
I like that in my offensive lineman and my big brother, right? Yeah, if you're a big
exactly.
If you're
or my cousins, they'll be going around the neighborhood.
Oh man,
they know they don't mess with us. But I like how I noticed how it wasn't a single wide receiver taken. You don't like any wide receivers, or you don't think we need any?
I think the receivers that are worth a pick are going to be within the first four. We don't have a fourth rounder.
Good. See, I knew I liked you because that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, all the ones I like,
unless
we don't need them where we can get.
Unless
them.
Brandon Rice,
if we can get them in the fourth round or later, then yes.
Unless Brandon Rice falls or McCaffrey. McCaffrey's on the edge for me. Like McCaffrey, we could have gotten right here. We might have even been able to get McCaffrey at 216, but that's a reach, right? We could grab him and he could be nothing, but I don't think it is. I mean, that NFL bloodline.
One guy you turned me on to that I started looking at is that Malachi Corley, the Western Kentucky guy. After you told me about him,
it's ridiculous.
I was like, man, I done seen him a couple other places. Why is he at Western Kentucky and not a big time school? But that guy is ridiculous. I would be thrilled if we got him, but he's third round or sooner.
If we could draft him at 87 and then pick a back like Audric Estime later in the fifth, I'd be.
What about the guy from Oregon, Bucky Irving? You like him?
A lot of people know that Oregon is one of my favorite college football teams because of my mom.
Yeah, but that's why I knew you would know about him.
To my mom, my mom loves football like I love football, like literally.
Really?
I'm like, she will sit and watch a Ducks game from pregame all the way to the post interviews. She's texting me
and knows what she's watching.
She's like, yeah. It was amazing to sit and watch a game with her because she came out here and we went and watched the ASU versus Oregon. And she was telling me, pointing things out that I wasn't seeing. And I was like, how? I didn't know you knew football this well. So shout out to my mom. Mm-hmm. But Bucky Irving was one of the backs that I saw last year. And I was like, who is this kid? So fast, so quick, little bit small, but won't go down. He's like Rasheen Ali, that kid that I showed you, but like, I don't want to say on steroids, but he is just like times 10. He doesn't go down. He's first to the point of contact. He has great hands. He's a 3-down back. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. Someone's going to get a steal. And I just don't think that he'd
That's
be
why.
a number one with us. Like teams like Buffalo, those are the ones that use those backs, and they're amazing with them.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's how I was thinking about him because I like Braylon Allen. I would rather Braylon Allen, but the one thing they say is he's kind of like Derrick Henry, where I mean he can catch out of the backfield, but you're not running plays for him to catch out of the backfield. It's like that's one of those nobody's open. He can get us at least 2 yards and not get a sack, so let's dump it off to him. You're not setting up screens for him or anything like that, but he can. But it's not something you look forward to. And so that's a one drawback.
Plus, Braylon's he's like DeMarco Murray. You have to give him the ball 5, 6, 7 times before he's starting to get going. And he's going to start. He's going to start making the linebackers and linemen and the cornerbacks don't want to tackle him that 4th and 5th time. Right? They're going to start laying and grabbing onto the edge of his.
It's like I just have to believe we're getting a running back in free agency somehow. Somebody out there we're signing somebody during camp. We have to.
I don't see how we do it. I think in the draft we should.
But then I was shocked because I was like, we have to extend Dak. There's no way we go without extending Dak, and they didn't do it. So it's like I guess they can prove me wrong.
There's a whole lot of things going on, and I really, to be honest with you, with Dak being a first-time father, brand new baby in the house. Brand new house, brand new family. He doesn't want to uproot everything and start something new.
And brand new baby that's going to be a year old, but now he got to leave to go play in Tennessee or wherever.
We're going to bring Zeke in, right? It's going to happen.
Zeke will calm him down.
I think Zeke will be there for him, and so that's your vet back.
But it's always like I still have it in my brain. I'm not psychic, but I still have it. One or two things going to happen. Either Dak, he's not going to have a bad season. Either he's going to get hurt and be out, or he's going to go insane this season with the numbers to where by the end of the season, Jerry Jones will be like, damn, I should have signed him in the offseason that last year. He just cost me another $20 million with his play this year. So to me, those are the only two options. I don't think he's going to have a down like a statistical. Like if he plays every game, he's going to have a year like last year. In my eyes, because he's gotten better every single year he's been in the league. Every single year he's gotten better.
I still think that we sign him before the season ends. He's going to have a new he's going to have new money.
They're used to signing somebody right before we go to training camp. That's the sweet spot. Right before they go to training camp, they sign someone. Even if it's not a big name, they sign somebody.
How is that going to feel like? So. What if CD gets the bag, right? He gets that 155, 95 guaranteed, 5 years.
Yeah, about 20 mil.
155 times 5 or divided by 5 is a lot more than 20.
Oh, that's close to 30. Yeah,
guaranteed,
about 20,
like close to 30 almost, right? But how do you think that symbiotic relationship between him and Dak is going to be? Not in the huddle. I'm talking about in the locker room, walking to their cars, like. You little shit got paid, and I should have gotten paid, and I didn't. Like it's gonna be a weird.
And I don't think so. Only because Dak already had that first contract, so he's already in the big time money. So it's not like both of them are up to get paid. Like if, say for example, they both had gotten drafted. Like CD was first round and Dak was 4th round in the same draft. Then I could see some animosity happening. But since Dak already got paid one time. I could see him overlooking that because he knows. Because
I got this story, I got it. Yeah, that's like that dad when your son tries to pay for you, and you be like, look at him and say, "Don't you ever bring your wallet out in front of me again." You know what I mean?
It's true.
So I just say
because I remember when they first got drafted, and Zeke had the real money because he was number 4 pick, so he had like $20 million. Dak was 4th round. I think he was making like $600,000 a year.
Strip clubs.
And so I think it was one of those things where every time they went out, Dak was like, "I know you got this, right? You got that $13 million signing bonus.
Exactly.
Like, I'm getting paid $600,000 for the entire year." It was probably like
that way before that too, because Zeke was playing for Ohio State, the Bank of Ohio State, so and Dak was in.
Yeah, he was already getting $2 million a year. Yeah,
in the NFL, like Reggie Bush did.
Oh man, but so yeah, we'll see how that goes. But like, I don't think it's any infighting in this team. I don't think anybody has a problem with anybody else. It's always somebody on the outside trying to do something. Some LaShawn McCoy, some random player who used to play and decide that they have a problem with the way that Dak is playing or whatever for whatever reason, because their producers told them, hey, however you can work the Cowboys in the conversation, work them in the conversation, and so they got to do that to get paid.
Absolutely.
So those are the only people I know who are doing that. But I don't think it's any infighting in this team like how you might have like because we don't have like a T.O. or a Diz that's animated
Very
and
much
getting
so.
into it with people.
Hey,
Fix this
that's
shit, Rich.
that's Texans' problem right now. They just got
Mm-hmm.
they just got one of the biggest divas in the world, and they think it's gonna be
yeah. And they already had good receivers. It wasn't like they had nobody. He's coming in. They had
only one
Tank
ball.
Dell,
There's only
Mechie,
one ball in
Nico
in the game.
Collins, and Dalton Schultz. Yeah, and
Hey.
Dalton Schultz was balling. I'm like, as much as I hated seeing him, I still think we did right by letting him go and keeping Ferg. But man, he balled out last
year. The Texans look pretty good, to be honest with you. I think that there's not enough balls on the field for all that talent, to be honest with you. I just don't think it.
Mm-hmm. And the good thing is they don't have a first round draft pick. They got to worry about satisfying because they traded it to move up.
Yeah, they don't need it.
First they got Will Anderson, and then they traded back up to get C.J. Stroud. So they got and they gave away their picks this year. So
yeah, they don't need them.
We won't hear from them for like the first
round
or two, I think.
They got some. Oh no, they didn't. That was the 9. Never mind. I was talking about those comp.
But on the downside is they have both of them, and that's the problem I was saying, like with Dak and CD. Now with Houston, when they got Stroud and Will Anderson, and both of them played good, so both of them are on a trajectory to demand that 5th-year option and to get a big contract. So they're gonna have to figure out how to pay both of them at the same time, unless Will Anderson falls off or C.J. Stroud comes down to earth. But they got to pay both of them.
But they also have that other guy from Alabama, that defensive end, who was a linebacker that plays end. That they're gonna have to play.
Yeah. That's Will Anderson. Yeah, that was the guy they had. Yeah. So those are because they picked him first, and then they traded back up and got C.J. Stroud. So that's all. So both of them in the first round. Both of them are gonna have to get paid at the same time when it comes up. And that's why I was like, now that, and then if whoever gets paid first, the other person gonna be like,
they're gonna give him the Micah treatment too. They're gonna say, well, you're a linebacker, so.
Exactly. Franchise tag. So they're gonna have to do something.
Also, like in the first round,
the good thing is
sure that they're in the first round too gives you that extra year. You can take his 5th-year option.
Yeah, the 5th year.
That helps out a lot.
So and then they can franchise somebody. So they have at least 3 years to figure it out.
And that's the same thing
about side. But when it comes,
that's what I was talking about with CD too. Somebody said that CD is going to blah blah blah. Hey, we have CD under lock, man. We have him for a whole nother year. We can also tag him. We have tag him 2 years in a row if we want to. Yeah.
If we wanted to, we have him for 3 more years. We have him for the 5th year and 2 franchise. So, but nobody in their right mind is going to do that because you piss CeeDee Lamb off. He's not going to.
Justin Jefferson's going to sign. We're going to end up spending like $32 million a year on that tag, and then the next year is going to be like 36.
Oh man. Exactly. Oh man.
There was one thing. Oh shit! What did I just think of? Blew my mind again. I'm getting old. I'm telling you.
You aren't getting old. You need some Ginkgo Biloba.
I got to go spend my $50 gift card. Thank you for my. NFL.com tournament.
So for y'all who don't know, we had a bracket challenge. I came in 5th. So each person had 2 brackets. I came in 5th and 6th. Your boy Eddie cheated somehow, and he came in 2nd. And then we had a guy. His name is the Wolf Hunter
for like two rounds. Yeah,
like a 200-point lead. Yeah, with 200-point lead. I was like, man, he's about to run away with this. But the Wolf Hunter picked UConn to win, so that put him over the top. So the more you win, the more points you get. So that's how he caught you and passed you by a little bit. And he caught you.
I had all this stuff in.
And you had Purdue, right?
I picked Purdue. This one was the one where I allowed it to pick for me.
Oh, you like the computer pick?
I like that.
Yeah, I did that one too, and they gave me Iowa State.
Should have been there. Iowa's here,
and they were ranked number 2.
The thing about it is, like I when I thought that I was gonna win, I had all this stuff in the cart. Everything was on sale. Everything was like 30% off too. And then the next day, I go back in there.
Karma'd yourself,
and all the sales are off. And it was like, yeah, you can get like 2% off shipping. I'm like, what? So
see, you karma'd yourself. And see, the one I picked myself, I was too
Oh, yeah.
nostalgic when I had North Carolina versus Kentucky. Both of them lost
I had
early.
North
It was so
Carolina. I
bad.
had GCU winning. I
It
had
was so bad.
I used my heart and I used my head. Next year, this was the first time that it's been a while since I was successful in this in the tournament in the brackets. I've never.
Me too. I'm very bad at tournament. I used to be good when I watched a lot of college basketball. I haven't watched college basketball on the regular in years. I used to watch it all the time.
Is such a hit or miss though, because this tournament is anybody could win at any given time, and it's not like it's going off of the regular season or how well they did. So you can watch the regular season all you want. I be honest with you, last couple of years I haven't really peaked at the regular season on.
Me neither until the very end conference, like the conference playoffs, and then that. But I'm an NBA guy. I watch that, and when I watch both, so a lot of people are gonna try to be mad at me, but I like college basketball. But the difference in play is so night and day. The skill level is ridiculous. So you try to think. Like a lot of people try to be like, well, the best college basketball team will beat the worst NBA team, like the Detroit Pistons. Like, no, on the best college basketball team, you might have 2, maybe 3 NBA players. The worst NBA team has 15 NBA players. Like these were the best players at their school, just ridiculous athletes. Like some of the 15th guy on the NBA team is ridiculously good.
It was the best.
So the skill level is much different.
Player that ever came out of that city is sitting on the edge of the bench, waiting for his turn.
Yeah, exactly.
But
waiting for his turn to play.
So check this out.
And getting paid $500,000.
So another controversial thing that I've been screaming from the rooftops is like, say, ESPN and all this bullshit. Stop shoving the women's college basketball in our face every chance they got. Right. I took the time to actually watch these games, and.
Mm-hmm.
I started with the Iowa LSU game. That was literally since high school when I knew that my friends were playing. That was the first women's basketball game that I actually took the time to watch.
Man, to plan to watch. I planned to watch that game. Once I knew that matchup was set, I'm definitely watching that game.
Some of you guys know I've been complaining about basketball and the NBA. This isn't the game that I grew up playing and watching at all. So they don't run plays, they don't do anything. All they do is shoot threes. They turn around, look at the crowd while the ball's in the air. That's the NBA game. That's the college game 100% now. Watching the women's basketball took me to another place in time where I watched offenses running.
Man,
I watched them set screens for people. I saw a whole offensive it was numbers, and they were running real fucking plays and shit. And I was like, this is how basketball used to be played.
Yeah, 6 or 7 passes before a shot goes up.
I'm not saying that. If you took the best woman out there, I don't know. There's no way. I don't think that she competes in the NBA. Maybe in college.
She cannot. Caitlin Clark would get destroyed if she went into any men's league.
If they took her to the G League.
The nature of it, because she's so small and frail, they would destroy her. Not because she's not skilled.
Bigger girls. So some of the bigger, like the center from South Carolina, that chick's big. The Brazilian chick, right?
She is good. She's good. Yeah.
If you took her to the G League, she'd be dominated.
She would get killed. Yeah, and it's nothing against males are better than females. It's just certain things that men are better than women at. Certain things women are better than men at. It's just certain things that's like, and you can always find a woman that's better than a man at something, but when it comes to on average, no women's league is going to beat a men's league when it comes to professional sports in basketball or football or
the reason why I brought that up.
But and it's not a controversial thing to say. That's just common sense.
Nowadays it is. Because these people
right.
just do. They don't.
Yeah. Don't cancel us.
What
man.
I'm saying is,
don't cancel.
Check it out.
We love the ladies.
Well, the reason why I brought it up, not to bash women, because it's a different sport. It's a different flavor, absolutely, than what men are putting out on the court right now. And to be honest with you, I had such a good time watching that game and watching the following game. I had fun watching those and looking at where the screens are coming from and where the pass is coming from. It was just fun to watch.
Yeah.
So of course I'll be watching women's basketball again next year. But It's definitely not going to turn me on to just because I'm
Yeah. I'm still not gonna plan to watch a WNBA game. So
don't be coming at me with your
I'm not that deep in
because I'm not gonna fucking take them.
Yeah. So in case y'all want to write in and talk about my name is Eddie, and I hate the
it's okay.
women's basketball.
That's
what I heard.
That's okay. I'm gonna own it and say that it is not as entertaining for me to watch that. But if I was involved in that, or if I had, maybe if one of my daughters would have played, I would have been more involved in that. You know what I mean?
Probably, yeah. So, well, unfortunately, this might be our last episode. Y'all cancel us after this one, but
just remember,
we appreciate it.
It was a good run.
Yep. Victory Formation, man. Y'all follow us on everything. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever they call it. We're on YouTube. Check us out. Support. Send some questions. Send us who y'all think we should have drafted.
I think
like that.
I think next week we'll try to do it again, but maybe with some trade backs. Maybe in
we'll do it. We'll try to incorporate some trades to see, get in our lab, get in our whatever, and see what we can do. So y'all sit tight, and we'll be back next week. Eddie, holler at the people.
DC
Tell them
for
to
life.
Stay safe.
Always and forever. Stay safe. Hug your kids. Hug your mom and dad. Tell everyone you love them. And we'll see you next week. Stay out of trouble.
Right. We'll see y'all next time. I holla.
Fall through a lot, do not like us. How you walking with a lion, got me feeling like Micah. I've been known to wear the team on my back like a biker. Shorty won't be with a star, but you lucky if I invite you. We can take it to the next spot. They yelling like Prescott, everybody like. There ain't no breaks, no rest stop. We tryna get your head chopped, the whole club yelling.